day everyone, you're welcome back to this channel. In this tutorial, I'll teach you how to perfectly fix your elastic to your waist skirt. Thank you. So here I have 4 pieces already. After folding it, 1, 2 is 4 pieces. Okay, what I actually did here was to take a cloth. Okay, so I'm going to show you a sample of what I did to make it this way. Okay, I use this cloth. Okay, for instance, now you fold your cloth, you make it in square form. Okay, you make it in, actually this one is in rectangular form, but it ought to be square form. Because it's a rectangular form, that's why you can see the remaining part there. It ought to be in square form. Okay, after folding it twice, then you fold it diagonally. By the time you fold it diagonal, you have it this shape. Okay, that is exactly what I actually did, so in achieving this shape here. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and you measure your hip circumference. Okay, so you are going to measure your hip circumference. Supposing your hip circumference is 36, you are going to divide it by 4, so it's going to give you 9 inch. Okay, so I'm going to place my ruling tape on it and I mark like 8.5. So that 8.5, I'm going to place it at the center point and I mark 1 inch. After this, I create a slight circle. You can see me doing on the screen right here. I create a slight circle. By the time I remeasure it, I will have about 10 inches. Okay, which is going to be seam allowance inclusive. And that is what I did. So after this, the next thing I'm going to do right here is to go ahead and cut first. So I'm going to cut this upper part, tracing the line which I've marked on this fabric. Now I have it this way. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to simply go ahead and mark the length of the skirt. What I'm doing right here is just to trim the excess which I have at the border. So, and that is what I'm doing right here. So after completing this, the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead, like I've just said, to mark the full length of the skirt. So I'm going to mark the full length of the skirt. It actually depends on the length you're working with, but in this case I'm working with about 32 inches. 32 inches, I'm going to add like 1.5 inch for the hem line or the hem allowance. So after this, I'm going to make sure that this actually goes round. Like you can see me doing on the screen. I'm trying to measure the length. Okay, this way I will turn it slightly, making it gently. Okay, so I'm going to measure from one edge to the other, and the way I'm going to go is exactly what I'm doing right on the screen here. So I'm going to measure it so that it gives me a unique length. Okay, that's just the essence of this. So after this, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and cut it out. I want to believe that you're not confused at this juncture. Okay, so we can proceed. So after marking it with a broken line, I will also connect these broken lines together. Can you see the broken lines? I'm going to connect it together, after which I cut it out. It's as simple as that. So if you want to know more about cutting perfectly and accurately, I will implore you to join our membership class. All you need to do, on the right side, on your right hand side, you will see join. You see subscribe, you see join. So the join is for a token. It's just a token. Okay, so if you are interested, kindly click on the join and you will get the best. Okay, thank you very much. So we are proceeding. I'm trying to demarcate, to mark the wrong side. Okay, so that you know what I'm actually doing on this screen. So the next thing I'm going to do is to lay one piece first, after which I place the second piece right side to right side. Then after that, the next thing is to sew these seam sides, the two seam sides. Okay, now I'm done sewing the two side seam. Can you see? Two seam sides. Can you see? The next thing I'm going to do right now is trying to bring it out, to turn inside out or turning to the right side. So, and that is what I have right here. Can you see? So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and fix my elastic straight forward. So in fixing the elastic, it's very, very easy. All I need to do here is to fold it into two equal half. Okay, here I'm trying to spread it out to see the circle. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do right here is to fold it into two equal half, like I said. Can you see? Then I'm going to mark the center point of this fabric. After this, then I measure the elastic which I'm going to use. I'm using the length of my waist, the waist of the waist, the length of the waist. That's what you're going to cut for the elastic length. Okay, so for example, if your waist is 27, you're going to cut 27 plus 1 inch, making it 28, and that is exactly what I've done here. So after this, I'm going to stitch the side, okay, to give me that circle shape. But before then, I'm going to fold it into two equal half and mark it at that point on both sides, like you can see. So this is going to serve as a guide for me by the time I lay it on the fabric and I sew. Okay, very, very important. So after this, like I said earlier on, I'm going to mark the center point of this upper part of the skirt. Okay, so I'm going to mark the center point, like I said, and that is it. So the next thing right now, it will be easy for me. I'm going to mark both the front and the back side. So now it will be very easy for me to fix the elastic. So I'm going to place it on one side, okay, like I'm doing right here, and I'm using my pin to secure it. The reason why I'm using my pin to secure it so that it doesn't move round the line, the edge of the skirt. Okay, that's just the essence, and it's very important. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and continue with this exercise. Can you see? This is how it's going to look like. After this, the next thing is to go ahead and stitch at the edge, right edge of this skirt. So by the time I attach it like that, okay, so you discover that in between there is going to be an excess. So by the time I begin to sew, I will try to pull the elastic to meet the excess of the fabric. Okay, at the end of the day, it will be equal. So as you can see right here, I'm done fixing the elastic, and this is how it looks. Can you see how neat and perfect this looks? This is beautiful. I want to believe that you have gained something very unique in this tutorial. You can flip it inside, you can leave it like that. It depends on what you want anyway. Thank you very much. I want to believe that, like I said, you have gained something substantial. So please, if you have any question in this regard, please kindly drop your question in the comment section. Thank you very, very much. So like I said, don't forget to join our membership for details. So till we meet again.